Beauty Rehab, and I'm so excited to be with you today. It is a big day, mostly because of the VMAs that were on last night. That's Video Music Awards, because I want to talk about that, and the reason I want to talk about that is that this is a beauty show, but we've also got some deeper stuff that I want to talk about today as well. Again, I'm Morgen Schick, and this is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, and I want you to stop what you're doing right now because we all live looking in the mirror. And if you ever look in the mirror, you need to call in right now because I want to talk about what you see in the mirror. And as a 25-year Ford model, but a makeup artist, because the beauty and products and all of the stuff I had to do to become a model, to stay a model, destroyed my skin. I became a makeup artist. I wrote a book. I was the spokesperson for Laura Mercier for 3 years. I had my own line on HSN, created my own products, and now I am pushing 50, and every single morsel that I learned, I am going to tell you. The secret sauce is not that hard if you consistently care about what you do to your skin, what you put on your skin. This show is for anyone who is 18 to 85, because if you're 18, I need you to get in early, because then when you're 85, you are going to be thanking me forever, because there are some simple things you can do that will create your most beautiful image. And I want to segue into call me at 888-454-3378, 888-454-3378. Get on the lines because I want to take a lot of calls on this show this hour, and I want you to get involved. I want you to ask me questions about what you're doing, what you're using, what you should be using. If you think that beauty is not for you, if you think that you have to have a makeup artist and an entourage and a stylist, you're wrong. If you think that you're never going to look like a model, you're wrong. Anyone can look camera ready. Anyone can look like a celebrity if you just learn the secret. So get on the phone and call me because I want to break it down. Now, the VMAs, what I was talking about before, the Video Music Awards, I'm pushing 50, but I still want to see what is going on out there. And you had 45-year-olds like Jennifer Lopez there looking beautiful. And then you had young girls like Ariana Grande, and if you're my age, you might not even know who she is. I have young daughters, so I do. And I'm interested to see what is out there now for women, and what do they want to look like. And I was really pleasantly surprised by last night's Video Music Awards because pretty was in. You see, sometimes there's like this kind of punk rock look, and it's just not pretty. And I always think, okay, what are you trying to say, women? Are you trying to say that you want to be distracting? Are you not comfortable with your beauty? Are you not, do you decide you're going to look ugly because it means that you're not trying to be pretty? But last night, there was a lot of pretty. And I thought that was awesome. And I'm not saying everyone looked fake. In fact, even the people that I think look fake on a regular basis, like Kim Kardashian looks nothing like she used to look. She's had some work done, which is totally fine. But she was a very muted, pretty version of Kim Kardashian. And the same with Taylor Swift. There's this really great trend now that you can be bold with your fashion, and there's a lot of what I love, there's a lot of butts involved. Everybody's got a big butt, and it's very in, and I love it because I think it shows girls that you can be any size, and you don't have to be Taylor Swift skinny because she's naturally that skinny, and we don't want to hate on her, which is something we're going to go to in a second about hating on. But I was very impressed with the beauty quotient at the VMAs. So I want to talk to you about that. So if you've got an impression about the VMAs, or if you've got an impression about being pretty, I want you to call in. And now I want to take a quick turn and talk to you about something that happened to me this weekend. So For the last, I'd say, month, I have been auditioning for a new show. So it was very exciting because this show sounded like it was exactly what I am. It just sounded like it was a show about women talking and girlfriends, kind of chatting and talking about current events, kind of like The View, but then also when you've got something that you're really good at or you're an expert in, you can chime in, and then there's like a selling component. There's a couple shows that are going to come out that are going to be like this. And so I got invited to audition over the last month for this great show, and I thought it was really amazing. And I did the audition. I will not use any names, but as the beauty person, I was immediately beat up on by other people because, like, if I was talking about problems or whatever, they immediately said, well, you're gorgeous, you were a supermodel. You're gorgeous, you're a supermodel. No, you don't have problems. You don't have problems like we have. Whatever, shut up and look pretty. Yeah, just whatever. And I was not prepared for the comebacks of that. I don't care if anyone's listening because I didn't get the job, which is totally fine. But I didn't want the job. Halfway through the audition, I kept thinking, wait, am I supposed to have mean one-liners back to the people who hate on you if you care about your image? And I sat there thinking, and I was ready to cry at many times. And you know what it means to be almost 50 and thinking, wait a minute, I'm being taken down by a mean girl who is a woman who is supposed to be funny, and everyone's laughing at her, make fun of me because I'm the quote-unquote pretty girl. I was so hurt and upset at the moment. And then when everybody said to me after, well, why didn't you take her down? Why didn't you just say, well, what are you so bitter about? And just stop being mean or whatever. And I realized in that moment that you never outlive that feeling. I felt horrible. I felt like a 10-year-old or a 12-year-old about how it felt, how they must feel at school when someone picks on them and they completely throws them off their game. I was there to do a job. My job was to be in a girlfriend setting where we share and we give secret sauce, and I get to show people how they can do their makeup in 3 minutes and what it means to use layering moisturizers and all that kind of stuff to get the best delivery system for blah, 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 blah. I was taken out by someone who, whether she wanted the job or not, and everything was veiled on a comic level. I let it take me off my game. And then everyone was like, well, why didn't you just fight back? And I thought, because I am not a person who has mean, snappy one-liners for the mean girl retort in my back pocket. Because I try and come from a place of kindness towards other women. But that's not what was shown towards me. And I don't know whether I want you to learn a couple snappy one-liners, because that's kind of how I feel about this. Like, well, maybe if I had are you just jealous because you've got rosacea and no one ever tried to help you with it? Or are you just angry that I'm the same age you are, but you look like you could be my mom? I don't have that. That's not in my soul to beat up on someone who is beating up on me. And I left there feeling an inch tall, feeling like being pretty was a deficit, and that I shouldn't be able to struggle with my weight or hate the size of my feet, size 12, by the way, or any of those things because I was a model. And I'm 50, so let's not forget. So that's like 150 in model years. I'm not allowed to have any regular problems. I'm not allowed to have a lumpectomy and a breast cancer and any of those things, or have problems in my marriage, or have issues with my kids, or be sad that, someone died in my family, or whatever it is, because I'm pretty. It was the worst, messed up, moment I've had in my career that I can remember. And I wanted to break that down for you, and I wanted to give you a moment of what mean is not just for teenagers. Mean is for adult women too. Now listen, I've got Tiffany on hold. Tiffany, I want you to stay with me until after the break because I want to answer your question. Morgen Schick, Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, 888-454-3378. My next segment, I am doing calls the whole time. Come back. I'm Morgen Schick. We'll be right back. Hi, welcome back. I'm Morgen Schick, the Rehab Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, 888-454-3378, 888-454-3378. This is a place for you to be able to get involved with your image, be excited about your image, put it out there, put your best face out there, your personality, everything you know, and own it. And I've got Tiffany on hold. Tiffany, are you still with me?
Yes, I am.
I'm sorry. I was telling that story in the last segment, and if you're just joining me, it was a story about how I did this audition and thought it was going to be a place for nice and tips and secret sauce, and yet I was beaten down, and I was like, wait, I think we all care about our image. Why is one particular person throwing me under the bus? And the fact that it took me off my game. Has that ever happened to you, Tiffany, where someone made you feel jabby about your image? Are you there? Tiffany? Oh, can you hear me?
Hello?
Tiffany?
Yeah, I think I lost you for a second, but go ahead.
Sorry. Has anyone ever made you feel less than, taken you off your game about what you're self-confident in or your image or anything like that? Has that ever happened to you?
People try, but the attempts usually don't work.
I wish I had some of yours. What do you do?
Yeah,
what do you do when someone does that to you? Because I was completely taken off my game.
You know what? I think you just kind of compliment them back, and then they feel really, really bad about anything that they've said because sometimes things need to be kept to themselves. Every thought does not have to be said. So usually I just give a nice compliment to them and, ask them, are you okay? Did everything go okay today? Did you have a wonderful day? And it changes their disposition.
I tried that. I tried to be nice to her, and she just, every single thing out of my mouth was, oh, you're gorgeous. You're a gorgeous supermodel. You have no problem. Why are you talking? You are not in this conversation because you are a gorgeous supermodel. And I was like, no, I'm almost 50, but anyway, that's for another show. But I want to know. I want to know what your question is because that is my goal, is to solve people's problems and not wallow in my own inequity.
Right. It's okay. So my question is, I tend to have very oily skin, especially in the T-zone and especially in the summer. So, in the wintertime, I usually don't wear like a foundation. I tend to wear like a powder that's kind of loose because I don't want to clog my pores. But it doesn't seem to work in the summer. It seems like the oil seeps right through. So I wanted to know, is there something that you can use in place of that for the hotter months where when you have oily skin, it doesn't just seep through the powder and you look oily again?
Right. All right, I need a little background. Number one, do you wash your face at night and in the morning?
Yes, I do.
Okay. When you are done, when you wash your face, do you use something that's got a cleanser that is got, like, does it suds?
A cleanser with what, I'm sorry?
Does your cleanser have foam in it?
Yes, it does.
It's sudsy. Okay. So first of all, what I want you to do is I want you to stop over-cleaning your skin. Because especially I don't want you washing your face in the morning. And I know you're going to say, Morgan, that's crazy. I have to strip my skin because it's so oily if I don't. But it's going to take you a few days. Mm-hmm. Oil production is usually your body's reaction because you have overstripped your own skin.
Right.
So your body will make oil in order to moisturize your skin from within. But so you're starting a vicious cycle. You may not actually have oily skin. You may be creating it because you are stripping your skin so badly that your skin is constantly trying to moisturize itself.
Right. Oh, okay.
So the first thing I can tell you, because I know it is distracting when you think that you're shiny all day, and when you put powder on your face and you do all these things in order to try and stop it up, you are actually going to cause more. So I need to pull it back up, pull it back, and I want you to wash your face at night. And I know it sounds crazy, but if you can get rid of a foaming cleanser, it will be the smartest thing you ever did. I want you to use a cleaner, no toners, no alcohol, nothing harsh on your face. Almost go all the way back to cold creams in the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I know it sounds crazy to you because you're like, Morgan, I've got oil. I'm an oil slick.
Yeah.
But I think you might be creating it because your skin is so parched.
Right. Maybe overproducing, yeah.
Wash your face at night.
See, I would have never thought of that. I definitely would have never thought of that. I thought you were going to say some other type of powder, but I honestly am going to really try that. I'm going to start actually tomorrow morning, even though it's going to be gross and I have a little bit of OCD. I will definitely try it.
I want you to really be conscious of not stripping your skin, and then in the morning you're going to rinse your face like you're using a cleanser, but with just water. You can even use a sponge or a washcloth. But my point is you are over-processing your skin, and I want you to you need to wait for a week because it will work within that week. I want you to be conscious, like today it was super oily, and then tomorrow it's going to be slightly less, and then the next day slightly less. And then by then we will know what your skin really produces. Right. So my advice is no stripping cleansers. There should be no sulfates in your nighttime cleanser and no alcohol. I do not want you using a toner. In the morning, rinse your face without using soap. Put your regular moisturizer on. I'm thinking you should probably be using something that's a serum-y type of antioxidant moisturizer because we really want to soothe your skin. And in a week, let's see what happens. Now, the other thing I want to tell you is during the day, if powder is too heavy, I want you to take a tiny bit of cornstarch, regular cornstarch unless you're allergic to corn, and you can put that on a little bit of a tissue and then gently put it in your T-zone. Okay. No more powder. Powder will clog more. But let's see what happens when we reset your regular skin and see what we're working with. And then you're going to call me back and let me know, and we're going to work from there. I definitely will. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you so much. And thank you so much, Tiffany, for calling and staying on hold while I did my my sadness little rant from my audition. But for any woman who's out there like Tiffany and you think you've got one type of skin, I want you to stop what you're doing because what you are doing to your skin may be your problem. You may be creating your tough skin. I think Tiffany is going to be helped, and I want you to be helped, so call me at 888-454-3378. Whatever your problem is, I am here to help you. I want to solve a Cheryl. We'll be right back. 888-454-3378. This is Morgen Schick. Doesn't anybody help anybody anymore? We got one foot out the door. Welcome back. I'm Morgen Schick, and this is Beauty Rehab on the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. I want you to keep calling me at 888-454-3378 because this is an hour where I can take my 25 years of being a model, and I was never a supermodel. I was a catalog working model. I had a very hard time keeping my weight down. It wasn't all, private planes and Jamaica. It was a job. But in that, I had horrible skin and very tough hair, and I learned how to do my own hair and makeup because the makeup was destroying my skin. And I became a makeup artist, an author, had my own line on HSN for 11 years. And now I am doing TV and I am teaching, and I want to bestow every bit of tricks of the trade and wisdom behind the tricks for you to have your most beautiful image. So if you think you can't take a great, Instagram picture or a selfie, or if you think that for your most beautiful moment in the mirror has passed you, I want you to call me at 888-454-3378 because that's not acceptable to me. I want you to always feel that when you look in the mirror every day, even though in 2 months I'll be 50, I still look in the mirror and think, wow, I got this. I feel pretty. I don't regret being 50. I don't wish for 25 or 30. I'm so excited about this, and I want that for you, and you can have it. And if you think you can't have it, then I want you to call me because I know you can. And even though I did this, I came back from California with my family to do this audition where I was really taken off my game by a mean girl comic, which I don't even understand because it was supposed to be like a nice girl sharing show, but whatever. Maybe that just doesn't make good TV. I was taken off my game by somebody making me feel badly about being pretty and caring about my image. And that's the opposite of what I want women to do for each other. I want you to be gorgeous and own it and be kind and not try and take somebody else out for your own insecurities, okay? And I know you're out there trying your best, but it was not my favorite moment for all womanhood this weekend. Anyway, so I want to talk to Mary. Is it Mary or Mari?
It's actually Mari.
Mari, okay, I love that. It's so pretty. What a beautiful name. Hi, Mari. Thank you for calling me. How are you today?
Yay. I'm doing good, thank you.
I'm so glad. Have you ever had anybody make you feel just that you were not worth anything?
I can't honestly say that I have.
I don't want you to ever feel that way. It's horrible.
But, I have a preteen, so I'm trying to make sure her self-image is good, so I'm trying to uplift her self-image. So that's about it.
It's so important. I've said that a million times. I have a 12-year-old. She's 13 in a couple weeks. And
Nice.
I said my entire job is to bestow confidence and self-esteem on my daughters.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's really hard when you think that you're over it. You think that, well, you are. I thought I was. And then I had an experience where I was kind of bullied by a mean girl and a mean woman. And it took me out, Mari. It really, this is my job. My job is to bestow everyone that it's great to care about your image as long as you want to be the nicest person and smart and informed and articulate and all of these and educated and all of these things, and it's okay to be beautiful as well. And she wasn't beautiful, so I was an easy target.
I'm sorry.
You have no problems. You're a supermodel. Anyway, this show is not about me. It's about you. So tell me what your question is, because I'm back on my game now. Now I know how to handle it. I figured it out. But Saturday I wasn't so great. What's your question?
Oh, no. Okay, well, I am 41. I'm 41, and my hair used to be long and luscious and gorgeous. I actually used to do hair modeling a long time ago, amongst some other modeling stuff. But now, ever since I had my daughter, she's 11 now, my hair just has not grown. I don't know what the deal is, but for the last 10 years, it just seems to be midway, like medium length. And no matter what hair products I try, cheap or expensive, no matter what I do, it just doesn't seem to grow. I used to have really long hair, and I just cannot get it to grow.
All right, let me get some background. Okay, so you're saying that it's not growing long. Are you losing volume as well, or is it just that it's not growing?
No, I am losing volume because when I shampoo and condition my hair, I always get chunks of hair coming out. There's always a nice.
Your hair? How often do you wash it?
I do wash it about every 2-3 days.
Okay. So you wash it every 2 to 3 days. Before you had your daughter, you had thick, full hair that grew the normal 1/4 of an inch a month, that kind of thing.
Yep.
And
exactly.
now it's thinning, and I'm telling you, maybe you haven't met a mean girl, but when you feel like your hair is thinning, it's pretty an awful feeling, right?
It is. It really is. Yeah.
It's an awful feeling. So we've connected on that way because you know what it feels like to feel awful. I didn't. Now I do. Now I know how that feels. All right. Well, this is something that This is something that's normal in a hormonal way, especially when you have children. Because of the progesterone in your hair and in your body, the hormone, your hair stops growing and holds on. But then when you have the baby, it kind of falls out a little bit, and then the normal cycle should renew itself. But you might be. You're obviously perimenopausal, but you also might be deficient. So I want to make sure that you are taking a great hair vitamin. And that's biotin rich. There is a fantastic one if you go on Amazon. I have no affiliation with this hair product, this hair vitamin at all. It's called Hair Essentials. And you get it on Amazon. It's not super expensive. I had the exact same thing. I used to have the biggest, thickest hair you've ever seen. It was too much. That's why I learned to do my own hair, was because people used to say I had hair like barbed wire, and I had so much hair that they couldn't see the clothes as a model, and it was, a pain in the butt.
Right.
But then when I had children, my hair thinned out, and now that I'm pushing 50 and going through menopause, my hair is much thinner. But I got a lot back by taking Hair Essentials. It's one vitamin.
I'm going to have to write that down.
Every single day. Hair Essentials. It couldn't be easier.
Okay.
Green label, black bottle, green label, Amazon. Not
excellent.
Expensive. It might be $9. I want you to try that. I also want you to stop using a sulfate shampoo.
Right. I did stop using the sulfate shampoo. I actually have a pretty expensive shampoo that is sold in salons. So my friend did get me hooked on the...
Price doesn't matter. SLS, sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, any type of sulfate. I do not want it around your hair.
Okay.
At all.
Sulfate free.
And remember, it is normal for you to lose between 25 to 100 hairs every single day. So if you're washing every 2 to 3 days, like I do, and I think that's a good thing, you're going to have a more of a chunk. But I want you to try this hair vitamin, and I want to make sure that you're doing as many B vitamins in your food as possible. And I also want you to also take, if you can find it, a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar once a day.
Oh, I have
that
some.
will clean. Okay, I want you to take a teaspoon of that once a day, because that will also help clean out your pores. And remember, a hair follicle is a pore. So if you've got a clogged pore or a clogged hair follicle, you want to get your alkaline all set. We want you to have the perfect system to grow thick, amazing hair. That's how we combat our estrogen and all the things that are messing up with our bodies as we get older. Remember, 100 years ago, women did not live past 48. So we didn't have these problems that we have now. So thank you so much, Mari. Thank you for calling in. I know everyone else out there is either going to have this problem or might have this problem. Take a hair vitamin. Make sure you're getting enough biotin. Make sure you're not clogging your own hair. Keep bad chemicals away from your scalp. If you've got thick hair, you want to keep it. If you've got thin hair, you can get it back. This is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. I am Morgen Schick. Call me, 888-454-3378. We are solving problems today. And one of them is that you can feel beautiful and feel good about being beautiful. And it's for everyone. I'll be right back. Today. This is the Lifestyle Talk Radio Network, and this is Beauty Rehab. And I love that we have this opportunity to just share and learn and be really good girlfriends, because sometimes we don't feel like girls really share with each other. Like, they want to take each other down, and it's not attractive and it's not nice. And I feel like everyone should be kind, and I learned something from this experience. If you are just joining us, that I did an audition, and I basically was taken down by someone who was just going to not be nice and never give me the opportunity to share anything, because every time I said I had a problem, she said, "You're a supermodel, you're gorgeous. No one wants to hear from you because everyone hates you because you're a supermodel." And I was like, okay, first of all, I was never a supermodel, and I'm not gorgeous. I know how to give you my best image, because that's what I do. I was a Ford model 25 years. I'm a makeup artist. I understand how to do this, and I will teach you. If you'll just shut up for a second, I'll teach you how to be your most beautiful, because you're all on the internet, you're on Instagram, you're on all these things. Don't you, obviously you care. You're getting your hair colored anyway. But my husband gave me a really great piece of advice. I cowered because I just felt like physically I wasn't equipped to be mean to someone else. But he said, put your hand up. He said, why didn't you just put your hand up in front of her and say, stop? And I'm thinking about it now, and I think that physicality it would have opened me up to be able to be more aggressive to someone who was being aggressive towards me, and just put my hand up and say, stop what you're doing. It's mean. Because I didn't. I just kind of decided I didn't want to be a part of the show. I didn't want to be a part of anything, because I just thought, I don't want to work with somebody who's just going to try and take me down every day. But I should have done that. So my advice to anyone who is being beaten up on, or who is being emotionally or physically or verbally or whatever, hopefully not physically, put your hand up. Get your body physical to stop it, and then your voice will follow. Physically put your hand up and say, I've had enough. Stop. Be nice. Be kind. And see if that works. I wish I had done it, but I didn't. Okay. I've got Molly. Hi, Molly. Are you with me?
Good morning.
Hi, Molly. Thank you so much for calling. This show has been twofold about the Video Music Awards being beautiful this year instead of freak show crazy like it is some years, but also on trying not to be mean to other women. That was the other part of the show. I guess it's really a crazy show today. Did you hear any of it?
Yeah, I watched it. I have teenage daughters, so of course I watched it.
So you saw the VMAs. Didn't you think girls look pretty?
They did. There was a lot of really revealing stuff too, as far as the
outfits.
The outfits go or whatever. But, I keep thinking, somebody's going to slip out of that accidentally. It made me I don't want to focus on her boob, but I can't help but focus on this woman's boob.
It was really more butts, right? Couldn't you believe that I'm in love with it, but I'm all right, I've had enough seeing about it. I want girls.
But there was a lot of glamour this year, which is bringing it back, which is nice. I missed that.
I thought that was nice. I thought there weren't as many girls trying to be distractingly freakish looking. I felt like people were trying to be pretty, and that is so much more fun to look at, especially when you've got daughters and we want our daughters to emulate being talented and being them their prettiest selves and not trying to look like goth. Remember when it was goth?
Absolutely.
Wow, there's a pretty girl somewhere there, but I just can't figure it out. Anyway, I'm so glad. Okay, so you've got daughters. So tell me what your question is.
Okay, so here's my question. When I was younger, I used to tan a lot. And now that I'm older, I'm 40 now, and I have sunspots on the tops of my cheeks and, like, where my crow's feet would be if I had really bad ones. That's where sunspots are starting to come. And I got, like, the Clinique stuff, and I used it, and it no change. And then my friend is getting these skin peels and saying that she's seeing a change from that. Is that the direction I could go, or am I just stuck with these sunspots, or what do I do?
No, you're not stuck, and you can do everything right, and you get these sunspots, and you think, wow, I am aging, and I'm really aging because there's nothing I can do about it. And I know that you're in your body, you don't feel like you're aging. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, in your mind. In my mind, I'm still in high school. I may be 40, but in my head, I'm still 20.
Exactly. So I want what you've got in your head and what you're seeing in the mirror to match. That's the entire reason I do this, is because I want it to match. So there are lots of things you can do, and I want you to start with the most non-invasive first, which is I want you to do a Q-tip of apple cider vinegar on top of those age spots twice a day.
Okay.
Apple cider vinegar. You can do lemon, fresh lemon. That works as well. We want to try and bleach them out if we can on our own. And it's also adding antioxidants. And then what I want you to do is next you can look for a cream that has more kojic acid. So that means it's got to be the first 4 ingredients in a cream or a serum has kojic. And then if that doesn't work, you can go and get a prescription for a little tiny bit of Retin-A and just tap a tiny bit of the Retin-A on those spots.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, there's azelaic acid or hydroquinone. Hydroquinone is known to work, but it is a very controversial ingredient, and I'm not sure I want to recommend that to you because the FDA they've always been considering taking it off the market. Or if you've got some money and you want to get rid of it right away, you can go get a Clear and Brilliant or a Ruby laser. A Ruby laser is a non-ablative laser that will take it away. But it's going to be about $400.
I can do that.
Depending on where you live. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, great.
You do not have
Ruby
to live
laser.
with sunspots. Yes, Ruby laser. You do not have to live with sunspots. You must wear a sunscreen and not go out in the sun anymore. I'm sure you already know that.
Yeah, I do. I wear sunscreen now. I just went to Vegas. I'm actually from Alaska, so when I went to the pool, I made sure to lather it up.
Lather it up. And the other thing is I want you to find, and they're over-the-counter, an antioxidant serum, something that has vitamin C. Has vitamin C. All right, listen, Molly, thank you so much for calling. Anyone out there, if you've got sunspots, there's a lot you can do. Be kind to other women, people. Please, women, be kind. It's okay to be smart and beautiful and to learn from your sisters. It is. I'll see you next time. I'm Morgen Schick, Lifestyle Talk Radio Network. It's been my pleasure.